Welcome, everybody. Welcome to BeoTalk 173. Hope you all are well. Willie has returned from the dead.
Oh yeah, it was dead over there for sure.
So that's a good thing. As per usual, super chats are open if you want a guaranteed answer to your question and or topic. Also, if you feel like trolling, don't. I'm gonna make Willie Thor tonight. Swing that
Bad
banner.
hammer, bad hammer.
And like and subscribe and all that jazz. And one thing I think we should start incorporating now is you have a website. So if you're in Canada,
Canada, give
uh,
me a call. It's gonna get better. Nick and I are gonna work on it. He's got a good friend of his that is a web developer, so we're gonna give it a little more schnitzels.
oh, that's always good, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, for the Austrians in Canada.
that's right. So
And then is it this one? We have our friend Eric over in Australia, ET Technical. So if you're in Aussie land and you're stuck at home as everybody else is, and your B&O gives out, give him a ring.
that's right. You can watch him take it all apart and put it back together on your patio.
Yeah, I mean that surely that must be essential, essential business.
It's
Fixing
funny though,
things.
because he gets a lot of ocean views repairs, where like on the posts,
Yeah, well,
and
most
he's got the 9,000 down to a molecule and shit. I'm like, wouldn't you worry that something the wind will take something?
I
I
guess
don't know
not.
if it's not that windy, I guess over there.
I mean,
Yeah,
most of
this is a
Australia.
common issue with 6,000s, the cracked speaker sides.
He
Those
does
were cool too.
everything.
Yeah,
Uh, he was showing me pictures the other day of he was apparently there's some sort of spring issue in the head of the 50s where for some reason some springs go lame. So then when it goes down, it sort of slopes to one side. And he was doing brain surgery on the top tweeter.
that's sweet.
Evening, Don. Hope you're enjoying on your new Z Fold 3. Wonder how
Yeah,
that
well,
looks.
it's the new. It's a Samsung that folding phone, right?
Yeah,
Don't get any lint in it, or I don't know. Did they figure that issue out?
probably.
Speaking of which, 'cause
Uh,
I'm actually thinking of getting me a new phone.
already.
What do you mean already? I've had this for 2 years. It's beaten the fuck out of.
Oh, okay. Whatever
And
you say.
the only thing I blame is my Milwaukee jacket because it's got this awesome pocket, like that you put your phone right here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't zip it up, and then I bend down to pick some shit up, and the phone goes bloop. And yeah, it now has caught every corner. So
Yay. And then we have our good friends over at Skinny Play. If you buy any two products, you get 10% off. Use this link to buy it. We get a small kickback, and it all goes back into the channel. Much appreciated. And yeah, they have good stuff as per usual. And that's about it. I mean, we don't really get any money for any of this. I mean, I hope you get some customers from your side.
yeah, I hope so too.
I mean, it would be nice.
But we just do it for the joy of it, I guess.
Yeah, that's also why we're here. So if you have any B&O questions, feel free to ask them.
Yeah. So I am decided on keeping one of the BioSound 5s.
And getting rid of the moment?
Yeah. I'm just haven't decided if I'm gonna keep it on a table stand or the wall bracket. Because dumbass of mine, I fucking sold the wall bracket on eBay 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'll never use this. Because Moment was cool back then. It worked properly with,
Yeah, all the rings.
with all the rings in it. But yeah, I still have the box for the Moment and everything. So I'll just I'll push it off, I think. And then I'll probably move my converter from my bedroom, replace that with the gateway, and move my converter here so I can play music through the speakers and use the BeoSound 5 in this room.
Through the
'Cause it's just
ones
gonna...
or through the...
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just put a link eye back in here. Fuck, but I don't have a link eye. I gotta get one now. Shiitake mushrooms.
You sold too much.
Well, you know what? Like the link eye is quite honestly like not meant. Like the IR is obviously on its way out. I just wish that the new remotes were a little more customizable on the list in my buttons menu than they are on IR side, and then I would abandon IR. There are some benefits to the IR and there's some disadvantages to the IR, of course.
Yeah, Lasse asks, hey, I'm considering getting a BeoVision Avant 55 non-NG. Good choice.
Yeah.
Any experience with it? Well, Willie has one. Is it a good TV? Is it outdated?
It's an excellent TV.
Is it
It's
outdated?
an excellent TV. No.
Nice
If you
sound?
don't care for the HDR, and quite honestly, depends on what media you consume. Like if you're like myself, that I watch YouTube videos and the occasional Netflix movie, I care more for the sound than the picture, to be honest. So obviously the 90s do what they need to do. But when it comes to the picture quality, when I had the Eclipse, I found the Eclipse a little harsh. I don't know, like it took me a while to get. It's more or less the same transition, I guess, with your eyes, if you think about it, as when you were going from the Biosystem 3 analog to fully digital Biosystem 4. Like the artifacts were a little, like there was different shit you noticed was better and some was worse and some they've improved in software, but I absolutely admire that TV. The only thing that you will have to worry about is the board cooking off, because it will. So I put in mine. We have a little e-recycling bin down in a basement, like by a garbage bin, right? So I pulled a fucking old Toshiba laptop out of it, and I pulled a blower fan out of it. And I think I've explained this a couple of times already on the podcast, but just for the sake of repetition. And I stuck it into the back of the Avant, so it blows onto the video board, so it doesn't cook it. Never had an issue with it, knock on wood, and I never will, because it keeps the TV like. Before I put it in there, you put your hand on the back of the thing and you're like, holy shit, that is hot.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just lukewarm, which is a huge difference thermally for the
Oh yeah,
board.
20 degrees difference basically can mean indefinite lifetime or a few years.
Imminent death, yeah. So that's my 2 cents to the TV. Also, it really depends how it was installed. Where was it installed? Because if it's a lot of dust environment, then you might be risking, and I've seen that where the, what's it called, the speaker thing had to be replaced.
Yeah, so if you get a second-hand one, look at where it was hung, and maybe it's worthwhile taking the back off and just blowing it clean and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and taking the back off is literally peanuts. It's 13 screws on the back, because you're not taking the whole back, just the little chunky side on the back of it, where the video board and all that stuff is.
Oh, if you Lasse just says he gets 2-year warranty when he buys one second hand. Great, go for it.
I would go for it. Depends on how much it is, but it's still TV worth having.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I think is super sexy about an Avant is the table stand, the motorized table stand.
And I have one. I don't want to sell it, but I was thinking about it because it's a big fuck off box.
But yeah, the stand is excellent. The motion is just.
The motion is sweet.
Yeah.
The only thing that I have a problem with that table stand, that I don't know what they've done, but every stand clicks when it moves from the beginning. There's a little, and then it goes, and I just find it a little irritating. But that's nitpicking BNO again, right?
Yeah.
But no, I have one client that has it. The rest of the TVs are wall mounted. And I'm the only one that I know from my circles that we've sold these Avants. No, actually, there's about 2 people that have the table stands, or floor stands, I mean. But yeah, this is fucking cool. Remember the disaster when this was first introduced and it software was fucked up on the timing and it carved the big nice into the platter?
Yes. Fortunately, that was just an update away. I mean, you only do that a few times with B&O and they go, oh shit, we have to fix something.
Well, the only place that I've seen it was actually in their, like, their mock-up shop in the factory that they have down in the basement, because they had like all this like experimental stuff in there. And there was some shit that was covered with cloths, of course. But yeah, this TV is this is sick TV, man. And the sound is really good out of it too, quite honestly.
Plus, it's new enough that you can attach a lot of modern speakers to it and be fine.
Yes.
I mean, I guess the only thing it doesn't get updates for is the absolute newest speakers, but you're probably not looking at 28s and stuff like that if you're looking for a TV like this.
Yes. I agree.
But then again, if you get 5s or 50s or 90s, that's all in there.
Shit, even if you get 8000s, which are very cheaply, readily available, they look really good with this TV.
Yeah, and I mean, you can attach Penta still, and it has the presets, and
yeah, floor stand is a sweet option. I like it too, especially for my scenario, because it works with the TV being moved out of the way, and also it does get bigger when it comes closer to you when you're watching. So
it's more user friendly for sure. Yes.
Yes. So, no, good for you. And if you're getting it from a B&O shop, then Jesus Christ, it's a goddamn no-brainer.
Especially honestly. With a 2-year warranty.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, dude. I would hop on it.
With some Lab 3s and some 18 fronts, yeah, get a subwoofer of some kind, I would say. But other than that, you're golden.
Yeah. Yeah, you're set. And if you do that, then look up Henrik's interview with Jeff Martin and set up your center channel the same way as he explains in that video. You will be shocked how well the Avant actually sounds when you put, 2 dBs up on the center and
20 centimeters back and
20 centimeters back. No, forward, isn't it? I forget. I'll have to look
back
into my
because that means it fires earlier than the sides.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then it just gives you the nice bubble of sound like an acoustic lens. It's really cool.
The interview is in English, so that's yes for all of us.
Yeah, you should watch it because that to me, and I'm a long time Avant user. Like I've had an Avant since it first came out. It changed the sound of the TV completely for me, especially like, for a center channel aspect of it. Like if you're listening to it in stereo, then it's just kind of shiitake mushrooms. But you could still afford to listen to it just on its own if you have a Lab 11 at the least to carry a little bit more of the depth.
I'll go look it up. That one. It's somewhere 2/3 through.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it's a very informative video, but also that one part where he actually talks about proper surround channel or center channel setup is crazy.
I think it's around here, about 16-minute mark, but
yeah.
I have to...
I'm gonna get copyright stricken from Henrik.
Probably.
Oh Christ.
Michael Fairland asked, did some of you talk about an updated stage some time ago? It might have been somewhere else. No, that was probably us as well. I don't know if somebody else does it either. If they do, it tends to be in other languages I don't get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's German, if it's Spanish, if it's French, if it's English, if it's Dutch, I understand. But if it's Danish or Norwegian or Finnish...
You're finished.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is this is something that you should watch and set it up that way.
Yeah,
And
this stage 2.0, I don't think it's coming.
no,
At least not. If something like that were to come, I don't think the price point would be.
friendly.
No, no. It would probably be 3x the price,
Hmm.
if not more.
I think they should just come up with the Biosystem 5 for God's sakes, like something that just strips the fucking sound out of the Arc and uses the true image. That's it. That's all I would care for. And maybe have like one or two, or just do one RJ45 jack that has, four IR outs, because you have 8 pins, so you could use that. So if you have something that is of an antiquated nature that you want to control, that you actually do have a choice to do that with the system, because not everything takes commands off of the HDMI or through the HDMI arc. Like there's
And not everything does it well either.
exactly. So that's something that, in my
Yeah,
opinion, should have been also included in the stage. Like the stage should have had at least two IR controllers, so you could download the pucks, because some of the stuff you could download the pucks for and they actually work properly, versus what the command structure is when it comes down the HDMI line, and it's messed up, especially with the cheap shit ISP provider TV boxes that we have here. Those are terrible, and now they're completely going like anti. They have their own Bluetooth remotes with the Wi-Fi in it or whatever, right? So you can talk to the shits. And now they're taking out the IR eyes completely out of the boxes themselves. So it's making it really hard to control stuff.
I understand, but
Like,
then we're talking another logic control center, basically,
what do you mean?
with the IR and the downloading of pucks and that sort of thing into the stage, which adds complexity. And I think the stage was slightly made to be simple in a way, because it is. And
No, I
it's
agree with you, but it's just like, if it gives you the experience of the remote control, which it does, and you can control LGTV properly with it because it's paired, blah blah blah.
yeah, but the control is not over ARC; it's over Ethernet.
Still, but there's still shit coming through the arc. Like you're still
Oh yeah,
controlling.
but most of the
So,
controls are through the Ethernet port.
but not
Bec-
to the Apple TV per se, or the, like, I have example
Mhm.
LG TV, Apple TV is hooked up into it, and a Telus box is hooked up into it.
The Telus box is fucked, yes. The Apple TV is fine. That works over CEC with the LG panel.
Yeah, yeah. But the Telus is fucked completely. Like it works when you first pick up the TV's remote and you do in there, you move left, right, whatever. Then you can take the Bio Remote 1, and then it works without an issue. And if you change sources, you're fucked. It stops. So if that had an RJ45 on that same board that basically just flashes IR, I think that it wouldn't be that much of a cost addition. But then again, that's speculative ideas, right?
Yeah,
But
but I guess what I'm more thinking is how many IR patterns are you sort of putting in there? Because Samsung, was it that TV brand you see quite a lot in America now? The Chinese TCL or TLC.
Zenith, maybe? No, I don't know.
Yeah, there's also one of those. Like, do you control for all that
What?
with the IR? Because I bet you they all have their own IR structure.
Yeah, but I'm just talking having it so you can actually
TCL, that's it.
download. Yeah, but you can download the pucks, right? Like you could just download the pucks on the Avant that you could, from the main server. So you have an app when you're setting it up, and you're just like, okay, well, HDMI A, right, or whatever the input one is, let's say a Telus box for the sake of the example here, and then do you want to download the puck for it? So then you would download it through the app into the stage, and then you should be fine, right? And then when you're controlling it through Bluetooth, then the stage just flashes IR commands into that goofy ass box that a lot of people have issues with here. So that's
Generic
what I'm saying.
Enthusiast says on Twitch, hi Twitch, by the way, use the Telus app. If you use the Telus app on the LG, that works fine, and then you can just be a remote one, everything.
I'll have to try it because I don't have TV. Like, I have a TV, but I don't have.
I don't have a coax. Like TV here is still over coaxial cable, right? And I don't.
Well, here it is too.
I don't have a coax going to the bedroom, but I have the app of my TV provider on my LG, and it works fine. Like, it's the only thing that's different from the coaxial TV is that it's like 5 seconds behind. So if you're watching something live that everybody watches, like national sports games, sometimes you hear "yay" in the background, and you're like, "Oh yes!" And they finally
They're scored. It's coming to me.
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, I'll have to try because I honestly I never played with because like I said I don't have a TV to watch. I just consume YouTube more or less and Netflix. I don't watch this propaganda pushed down the bullshit with commercial for 20 minutes every 3 minutes. I just can't take it anymore. So I don't. But there's people still that like it, right?
Wait, you don't need old ladies' underwear at night yet?
Nope. Be drying it on the A9. That's right.
Ask your doctor if this is good for you.
For fuck's sakes. But yeah.
Sorry, I should have said, "Ask your doctor if this is good for you."
That's right. The pig auctioneer
Yeah.
warnings.
That's so American. I mean, I like a lot of American TV, but what makes it horrible is the fucking ads.
That's why I just can't deal with it, man. It's too much of it. Like, every show is more ads than actual show nowadays. So yeah, I don't. And whatever I watch, I like on YouTube, and I don't really have an issue with it. If I don't like anything, or if I'm bored with something, I just look at something different. Where
I mean,
I'm not interested paying a whole bunch of.
when you, I don't know, watch something like South Park or I don't know, any generic TV show really that is filmed for the American market first. You have these weird cutaways where it goes to blank here, and then the next scene starts, and that's where an ad would be in America.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because we get about half the ads, and I already think it's too much here.
No, it's tons. It's tons and tons of advertising. So I don't care for it much. Yeah. I need to figure out the coax cable in my trunk again, for God's sakes.
What, coax cable in your trunk?
Yeah, it's a micro coax cable for that stupid camera. And I thought I had it, so I was looking at that, but I don't think I have that cable anymore. It's already respliced it. I had these micro coaxial connectors, and doing it in the garage with I still have obviously good lighting, but it's just such an awkward ass spot because you got to be right in the trunk.
Is it one of those?
Yeah, it's a lot of lamps, and I got to take out a lot of paneling too. Fuck.
Make sure you do your yoga stretches before.
Oh, I'm just gonna put a yoga mat in there and lay in the trunk and just operate.
Back seat's flat.
Yeah, it's gonna be the second time, but dude, you don't realize how bad you need the camera after it just stops working.
Don't you have mirrors?
They do, but I'm just so used to fucking backing out, especially like you have so many trucks here, so like if you park in the grocery store, it's really hard to see when you're backing out, right? Because it's just two walls of big vehicles beside you on average. So camera, at least you can see, before you pull out enough that you can actually see with your own eyes. So I like it.
Get a switchblade, and as soon as you get into the car, Yes, it's like, oh, I can see over now.
A fucking Mr. Bean video, for God's sakes. Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
you have
that
a
would be.
sunroof. Maybe you can stand and get like a broomstick.
Yeah, but trucks are going by the wayside now, more or less. There's a lot more SUVs nowadays in here. That I think is very much a trend. I don't know how it is in Europe, but there's a lot more SUVs in here now.
There's never been trucks here, other than the occasional working person that maybe works
What's
gardening.
this?
But B&O has a new customer research questionnaire thing,
Interesting.
and it's a bit of a weird one. And,
Yeah, I pressed next on mine too, so I'm gonna do it.
So fill it out, people, because B&O wants to know stuff, and it's always good when they want to know stuff because that means they're actually listening.
Post World War II. Does anybody have a post World War II B&O something?
Not pre-World War II.
I know, but
technically
even post.
everything is post-World War II.
Yeah.
Technically, the 90s are post-World War II. My Harmony in my 50s are post-World War II.
Shit, I gotta check all the way from the 90s because you can multi check, which is good times. Which of the following categories products do you have? Okay.
I wonder if I just, for shits and giggles, should flick post-World War II. Because everything
Why
is...
don't... Oh yeah, they have BioLabs. What should I put for other? Biocom Serene. Yeah, you don't have the phones here.
This is what I have. I have 1980s, 2000, 2010s, and 2020s.
You don't got the 90s? Anything? Which space is it normal?
What's from the 90s? I mean, I have my Biogram and Biomaster, which is from the 80s.
You got your fucking 9000 on the wall. It's from the 90s, right?
Isn't that from the 2000s?
No. 9000 came out in 1996.
Yeah, but I have a Mark III.
So what, bro? It's 9000. Check that shit in there. Don't piss me off.
Oh, okay. But then I don't have anything from the 2000s, I don't think.
What do you mean?
Well, Biolab 3s are later than that, aren't they?
They're 2003.
Oh, then I don't have 2010s. No, I do, because... Wait, what do I have? Do I have something from 2020 then? Yeah, E8. What the fuck?
This is harder than it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still doubtful. In case you're listening, I'm doubtful that I have something from the 1990s, really. Willie's fortunate.
I count it. I count the 90s. That's the era that it came from, dude. You know what I mean? It's not by manufacturer's date. I don't have a dining room, but kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, office.
Yeah, Biogram, Biovision, Biosense, Bio. I don't have, I still want an i9. I don't have one. I used to have
Neither do I.
boxes, but now John Diddy has them. Do I have anything else? No.
Chat's all quiet. Is everybody else filling this shit out too? Nice, nice.
Living room. Well, I don't. Is dining room? Does it have to be? If it's integrated into the same space, is that a different? Because we treat it as a different subsection. So is that a dining room?
I would have it. Yeah, that's a separate thing.
Kitchen, bedroom, bathroom. Yeah. Car I don't have.
Oh shit! I forgot the car. There we go. Sweet.
Entrance, no. Terrace. I don't. I wish I had a garden or a pool, but no. Not on the terrace either, unless you count A1. But I mean, currently it's inside, so. Regular TV viewing, I do with others.
I got everything alone. But I put evening meal with others every now and then. I have people over.
It's about that.
Nice.
We tend to go with the flow. I could put a bunch of digs towards my girlfriend in other because she has a few songs that I fucking hate.
This is hilarious. I like this survey.
Have I been responsible for sound in an event, special occasion, celebration, or similar? Yes.
Fuck always. Where's the always button?
Well, it depends kind of what they mean, right?
Describe what occasion. Any occasion, Jesus. Like, I always bring music everywhere.
Well, I mean, I've done school dances, for instance, at a location, but you're not bringing beer labs to that because why the fuck would you with a bunch of drunken people and that sort of
I
shit?
bring a Beal Sound One or burger, like always something.
Yeah, but this is literally like more like a sort of giant festival or small festival for youth kind of thing. This is literally, we have a hall, as in an empty hall with like linoleum on the floor because that keeps the crap easily removable.
This is a weird question. What you did to create a fitting sound experience? Why did you choose the systems/software, etc. you choose?
Uh,
I don't get what the fuck they're asking, really. Like, I don't get what they're asking here.
Classic old big speakers, non B&O, because you can kick them and not care. Also, was the aim mostly. I mean, when you have like 60 to 80 people in a room, yes, 50s and or 90s can do that, obviously. But do you want them when people are like with with like drinks in
No.
their hands? Like, fuck, I'm not using beer labs for that. Hell no. Dance. I've never done any speeches and shit.
No.
How meticulous was this planned? Something like that.
I have no idea why this is being asked, to be honest.
Did they want to make robust biolabs or something?
Whether they're gonna compete with those fucking Bose candlestick speakers?
No, but you know when you go to like a festival hall and there's like a giant rave or something, right? You always have these massive black boxes that you just stack, and the lowest are usually, let's say, 18-inch bass drivers that just go, and then you have something they call mid-range in the middle and some sort of horn-loaded treble on top. Yeah, I have, well, not DJ'd, but I have done it a little bit with friends and that sort of thing. I mean, it was a more taking requests, and I've done parties for what I then thought were the elderly, but I'm basically that age now. I mean, I was 17, 18. I had a bunch of speakers that you put around like this giant shed or something. And
I wonder why they're even asking this shit when the gatherings are discouraged anyhow.
I mean, if I have people out in my home, I'm not gonna put crappier speakers, but I'm also here to police the shit.
Well, people have a little more respect when they're in the house, right? Than when they're somewhere in a fucking hall. So,
I mean, here, this one I think is weird. Does anybody do this? If you host a party in your home, do you move your speakers around to match the event? Hell no.
I don't know, man. What the fuck, man? I got 90s, dude. I'm not moving shit.
Well, even if you have 18s, why would you do that? How are you going to do the wiring and everything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sticking to the first one. Move speaker. Use our outdoor entertainment with a built-in sound. I don't know who's outdoor.
I mean,
User hour.
I would. I mean,
Did they use fucking Google Translate for this? Because like I don't even understand what they're asking. User our outdoor entertainment area. Move speakers out where out there for the event.
I think that's an R too many.
Yeah. Arr. Take my own speakers to the venue. I have done that. Not with the 90s, but I have done that.
Well, with like 5s.
Mm-hmm. I've brought 5s. I brought an A9 before. The 5s I brought around a couple times. Those got around a bit. But,
yes, I'm still in this range, which is kind of weird ranges, but, yes!
Fuck off.
You're nearly in the 41 to 55.
That's right. Actually, I can still check it because I'm 40 till December. What is the makeup of your household? Living alone, baby. Click. Sweet. All right. Fucking autofill. There we go. Phone number saved. And next, what else is there? Sweet.
Yeah, that's all, which is a weird one.
Mm. So yeah, I'm wondering what's that all about? Since we just now done it. I wonder if do you think they're gonna be, or they're toying around with an idea of something for the outdoors?
Wait, I misread the last one. It seems like it. I'm not refilling it in.
Just grew up. Take this DJ to party in a hotel. That'd be sweet. That must have been a shit show.
Wait, the last one is what is your age? How did I misread that? I'm not Willie's age. I know I'm still 25 to 40. Because I'm not.
That's what I said. I clicked the same one. I clicked the same one because I'm 40 till December. I'm not moving up yet. I'm good. I'm good.
How can I? I mean, I also know with whom I live. Like, there's no option for like what other should I do with girlfriend and cats because that's not close enough to living with partner.
Well, you can pretty much stay living with young children because the cats are like kids.
Oh crap! I did read it. Which of the following possibilities would you not consider? Crap. I'll send him an email.
It's a tricky question, y'all.
I'll send him an email. The email to send it's on the front page of the questionnaire. I'll send him an email.
Oh well, I'm sticking to it.
And again, I mean, this is kind of the wording is weird. What do you mean by large?
Mm.
I mean, because recently, large in this country, anyway, is anything over 3 people legally.
Yeah,
But when I think of large, I'm thinking of like over 30 people.
to me it would be, yeah, like I'm with Tigris, like 50 to 100 maybe. Like that's large. That's a lot of fucking people. You know, small gathering is like if you got all the family members in, that's small gathering, and you got fucking 20 people just like that, or 15 at least.
Yeah.
Simple. If I think about it, if I come over to my sister's place and uh, their in-laws come in, and like when and their sisters that they have, I don't know, two kids each, like the fucking house is full, man. So I don't know. They were worded weirdly some of the questions, that's for sure. But I'm interested what that is gonna do for, or what is that for?
Yeah, I'll write them an email following up. Like I totally got this wrong. Oops.
Oopsies. So yeah, it's probably just seeing if people read shit.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, I wonder what that is for, and I can't imagine or think of anything that would make sense for an outdoor speaker. Like, what are you gonna build? Like in a venue speaker? Because that's what it sounds like. Or like, you know, like, and then who's gonna buy that? Because are you gonna buy a B&O? Like, I would do it probably, but they're gonna be expensive for what they are.
yeah, the whole point of like these festival type speakers is that they're really cheap.
And you can beat the shit out of them, whatever, and they're easily
Yeah.
replaceable. They're not really cheap, but they're definitely
No,
nowhere
but for
near.
what they are,
Yeah.
because the main aim is loud, not sound quality.
Hmm. Well, I don't think the sound quality really matters anyways, because they tune it, right? Like they have the software now. Even like when there was concerts here in Calgary in the Saddle Dome, which acoustically is just absolutely atrocious as far as the stadium is concerned for concerts and stuff. Because it's a basically a shape of a saddle, so you have these two high pitched areas on each side of the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and the sound is just terror. It's absolute brutal. And because I've done a few concerts there, but till the latest, like the best sounding concert I've been to was Santana 2 years ago, I believe. And I've never heard that room being so well treated acoustically, like
Yeah, but
software wise, of course.
but I mean, a lot of these sort of festival speakers, or even small large gatherings, if let's say for 100 people, a sub is
Hmm.
basically something that just goes, woof, and it doesn't matter if the request is like 30 hertz and you get 32 or 28. It's sort of like
Hmm.
it goes, woof, and that's plenty. Because usually you're outside and the dispersion is messing with the sound anyway. That you're not. I mean, when do you ever like in like these massive parties see DJs and or the sound engineers go with like a tuning microphone going like, ooh, it's not, it's a few hertz off.
Hmm.
It's like,
Tigris is just going crazy. Fucking chat's funny. Oh god. But yeah, I don't know. I'm quite interested what they're gonna come up with. What do you think would be the next product?
not this.
No, no. But I wonder what they're gonna have. What it's gonna be. What it's gonna be next.
I mean, if I had to guess, it would be, I hope, a biolab of a small kind. And I do not know because I have no insight whatsoever on the
Something
release.
like on a 3-ish size.
Well, they've discontinued the 17s, right?
Yes.
And you can still buy some. Uh, but I think if it's not coming, then the BioLab sales are gonna slump, I think. It's a hard one. I may be totally off because from what I've been told by dealers anyway, BioLab 18s outsold the 17s like crazy.
I
Like
can see that.
it was like 9-1 ish, 8-2 depending on region.
Yeah, the 17s were very hard sell. Just the way that they look. They sounded, people shit their pants when they listened to them comparatively to the 18s. But when it came to breaking bread, they would always walk away with the 18s because of the sexy of it all.
Yeah. However, the 17s at that price point were at least an attainable entry. Which the 18s for a lot of folks aren't, especially with the aluminium prices going up and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because, well, in Canadian, what's the starting off point? 9 grand to get into B&O, and that's the baby speakers then? Like there's
I
nothing
don't
that's
know
like
how much
four
it
and a
is.
half? Like nothing?
I don't think so. I'm gonna
No, but
just for
that's the
this.
point with like not having 17s in the program anymore.
Well, the only way you could get into the B&O then is just to buy an A9 if you really wanted a big speaker, but that's about it.
Yeah, but that's not a BioLab. Like how do you use that with the BioVision of
Holy shit. BioLab 18 natural aluminium is $11,750 now.
Canadian?
Canadian.
Yeah, so
Karashkis.
that is quite a steep entry speaker.
Black and walnut, 13,800. Vafangula mama. Holy shit balls. Those are expensive now. But I think that they should have something that does replace them. Not the 18s, but the 17s. I think that they need something that is either a little smaller, because I don't see the level per se to take on that spot. Like even with the Mozart platform, if there's going to be ever a possibility to use those as satellite speakers with the newer TVs or new TVs, cool. But the level acoustically wouldn't be as good as what they could come up with, in my opinion. Because you can stuff way more into that speaker if you didn't have the battery taking up the spot or room.
Yeah,
But
but if it's a BioLab a la level, that you remember how it sounds when you do it that way. All of a sudden, it kind of sounds like a BioLab.
mhm.
If we're getting that software-wise, fine. Don't make a replacement. If we can use our levels and our balances as rear speakers, that would be nice. That
Yeah,
would be fucking excellent because then you can start off small and go bigger.
yes. Well,
But
Balance is a very capable speaker, especially if you have like four of them. If you ever have to have four of them in a setup,
oh yeah,
because then you probably could. Well, no, you couldn't use Stage because Stage doesn't have the Mozart platform in it.
no.
Hmm.
But that's kind of why I hope something BioLab small, because the entry point for dedicated speakers is so high with 18s now that
Yeah. Thanks for the subscription, man.
thank you, Wood Cassette on Twitch. Hello, Twitch.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree. I
what Tim
think
Gray
it's,
says, it's more logical to buy secondhand at those prices.
of course it is, but how many people are selling them is another question.
At the moment, the market is totally gone since people are still basically in their homes.
Hmm.
I mean, one of the things that this country was great for was the amount of rotation of people's B&O equipment. And you could just about find whatever you wanted, even if it was rare. Now, what used to be like 4 or 5 years ago, you could find 10 or 15 different B&O speakers. And you could just about find whatever you wanted, even if it was rare. Now, what used to be like 4 or 5 years ago, you could find 10 or 15 different B&O speakers. And you could just about find whatever you wanted, even if it was rare. Now, what used to be like 10 pages of secondhand is like 3, maybe 4.
Damn.
Like, it's all gone. People are basically like, well, if I'm gonna sit at home, I might as well enjoy it.
I gotta say, I've been doing very well with eBay. And for that exact reason. And I'm selling stuff, dude, that I'm shocked that people are going after. Like just weird shit. I sold a BeoSound 3000 3200 wall bracket without screws, because I don't know where the fuck they went. So, and yeah, I put a whole bunch of shit on auctions for $1, like fuck it. So somebody's buying a BeoSound Moment wall bracket for $1 right now on eBay.
All right.
Those wall brackets are sweet.
Yeah.
For the 18s.
I don't know if anybody noticed, but there's like stuff up since it's both our birthdays. So I was thinking.
I can't see anything.
No, your camera is slightly too low, but there's a bunch of decorations and.
Oh yeah.
Wrap up. Since it's both our birthdays, so next week I'll have to talk to my dealer, see if I can get one wall bracket for an 18 here, maybe, possibly.
And we're gonna have to buy a pair.
I know, but maybe he has one left over. Somebody destroyed one with a vacuum cleaner. Who knows? Whatever. And
Post Nord.
Still thinking about 28s for the rear.
Interesting. Well, happy birthday, anyways, to both of y'all.
Yeah, thanks.
But
means having a birthday got me dreaming again about like, ooh, what can we do setup wise? Because it's an excuse to go, ooh.
Michael's asking if you only watch YouTube and Netflix, they're going to be a huge loss if you take 20s instead of 28s, which are not, if they're not available.
If I only watch YouTube and Netflix, will there be a huge loss? I don't know what you mean, huge loss.
Acoustically, financially, like, I don't get it. I'm not a biggest fan of the 20s, so to me, I would honestly lean towards the 28s, regardless of the cost, because they are a better speaker at the end of the day. So.
Tigger says he needs a wall bracket for his Overture, but he won't buy one for £200. I'm still wondering, like, Tigris, if I find you another, what is it, bracket for the 4000 and or bracket for this, will you actually buy it or will you leave us again?
Fuck.
But Michael, let us know. What do you mean loss? Because YouTube is, nor Netflix, they like acoustically the range isn't there to be lost, so to say. But that doesn't mean they don't sound different. Yeah. So what do you mean by loss? Oh, Jesus, Don!
Holy fuck.
Dear leader.
Holy shit. You're out of your mind.
Thank you.
That's too funny. Thanks, bud. Mike's lost for words now.
I think it deserves one of these. Dear leader. Dear leader.
Holy fuck, we're getting demonetized. Oh, god damn it.
Thank you, Tom.
That's some funny shit.
Bloody
Is that
hell.
his funeral, or what the fuck was that?
I think so, the last dude.
Yeah.
I still need to make you a little Kim Jong-un icon.
Icon, fuck. That's some funny shit. Yeah. What were we ranking on? Yeah, so If they do the level, like if the Mozart platform will be able to do surround, I think that's a huge step for them, you can really utilize a lot of speakers in that way. Look at that fucked up haircut of his, eh?
Yeah, let me know which you prefer for an icon. I'll screenshot one of these.
That one with the nuclear explosion behind him was good. This one's terrible. He looks hungover on that one. He looks hungover as fuck on that one. Even his hair's all fucked up, messy.
Well, I'll get you this or something. It's your icon. It's sweet.
This one's good. Oh god.
People are recommending you get one of these haircuts.
Fuck. I should do my hair like that.
Well, with Don's donation, I can buy you a wig where you can come on the show next time like this.
Wear Kim John's wig for the fucking Oh no. That's so funny.
Thank you, Don.
That's so funny. Oh, okay, so sound quality, Michael says.
In terms of sound quality, 28 all day.
Yeah.
But the 20s aren't bad. That's not the same thing.
Yeah, I would say so. Hi, Caleb. I would say 28s I would go with over the 20s because they can self-tune themselves, you know what I mean? So you have that ahead of the game already. Plus you don't have to buy a core because they already have it built in.
Yeah. And if you listen to last week's show, Steve tells you the secret how you can connect the 28s with a WISA control to, I think it was an LG TV, and it'll read the volume up and down from the remote, from the LG remote.
No shit.
Yeah.
How is that? With a USB on the back of the TV?
I think so. I have to go back to, because Steve does workarounds always, and apparently this works super well. And it's one of these things where it's hidden. B&O knows how to do it. Now Steve knows, but most dealers would not know how to do it. Also partially because they don't sell TVs like that.
That's right.
But depending on what TV you have, like the thing is with 20s, you basically need a BeoVision of some kind to get the full advantage of them.
Yeah, to drive them right. Or you're going to be stuck in the app for a while.
With 20s?
No, 28s.
Oh, yeah. But 28s are so much more flexible.
Well, the sound system altogether to begin with as well.
Yeah, whereas you can use the speakers as is and not need... like a core, like Willie said, or you don't need to turn the TV on, or you can just stream directly to them.
Yeah. Pair up an Essence remote, boom, Bob's your uncle. Or if you have a Beo Remote 1.
Personally,
Beo Remote 1's better because then you can actually browse your radio stations on TuneIn or Beo Radio, whatever.
yeah, or get like a little Essence remote. Essence remote connects to 28s as well.
Yeah.
And then in the app, you just set which one of 4 your radio stations and their presets are.
Yeah, Matthew, you're right though. The 20s pre-owned would be half the price probably around now of the 28s.
If you can find them, sure.
And that's another thing, yeah. If you can find speakers.
I mean, the 20s didn't sell that well.
No, they did not. We never sold a pair till the store closed.
I mean, one thing I personally also think is it depends very much on how your room and furniture is situated, because they're so low. Like,
yes.
20s are about this height.
Well, they're a little taller than the Lab 9s.
Yeah, so my black chair here, the tweeter is about an inch above it. So something like that. It's about here or so off the floor. So if you have a couch or a corner couch or anything like that, you're basically muffling all the mid-range. The mid-range is more noticeable, but also the bass, because it goes into something fluffy almost immediately.
Yeah. I would go with the 28s over the 20s. I just don't like the 20s to begin with. I never did. They never sounded good to me, and you know, just as much as Henrik is chafed about the 9s, I still would take the 9s over the 20s, quite honestly, because I just find them sounding a little better.
To me, the 20s always, the tweeters and the bass was good. The mid range was out of sync to me with not in terms of like when it fires or anything, but the it wasn't a linear power. It was more like, if you will, a turbo car, where it was an old fashioned, like nothing, whop, that sort of idea, where there's a massive dip in the amount of force the mid range can produce, and I don't know why that is. Personally, if you're looking in that sort of territory, I'd personally rather have 18s and a 19.
I'm just looking because Matthew says there is no BeoLab 20s on eBay that I can see. And I'm obviously looking at the US side of things, I guess. There's a couple 12s. A pair of 12 threes for $3,700 with wall brackets.
Which is a lot, really. But then again, being in America is always a lot.
Lap 3s for $2,200.
Bloody hell, that's expensive.
And that's plus.
Is that Canadian or is that dollars?
Canadian. $2,260 and $162 shipping. So about $2,500 landed cost. Because I'm sure that customs are gonna put a finger in your pooper to scoop a little bit of Duke out of it. So.
Just a pinky, right? Or
just
the
a
full-on
pinky.
thumb?
Well, maybe it'll thumb you. I'm surprised that I didn't get thumbed with my cigars. I ordered cigars from States, and other than the fact that they let them fucking sit in wherever for 9 days before they released them. But
they're nice and dry and crispy.
Oh yeah, I hope that they put the Bovida packs inside the boxes, like, because last time they shipped them, they put them on the outside. I'm like, well, that's fucking as good as a winter coat to a dead guy, man. Stupid. Put it in the bag, not on the bag. So, anyways, we'll see how that comes out. 'Cause I think tomorrow is my due date, I believe.
Congratulations.
Or they're saying September 2nd. Fucking, that's Thursday? No. You can't be serious. Expect the delivery by Thursday. Fuck. What communists? Straight up. Where is it now? It's just processed in Mississauga still. Goddamn to hell. Yeah, there's not much going on for the 9s or 20s. There's a bloke sitting selling a fucking Lab 7.6 for $1,900 and $400 shipping. That's insane in the membrane. I sold my last 7.1. I sold it for $500, and I thought I was ripping the guy off.
Yeah,
should sell those 7.4s I have too.
I mean, I'm seriously looking at 28s for the rear because of like I said, birthday dreams. I mean, what we went over last week with Henrik, how 28s compare to 5s is kind of what I like, because I'm still in an apartment. And where, like, at high volume the 28s sort of drop off a bit. That's fine, because the 50s will take over.
Yeah.
And that also means that here's a bunch of sound deadening on this side. There's not that much over there, and I also don't want to put a lot over there.
But you can also redirect the bass a little bit off of them, right? You can put just 50 out of 100 into the rears instead of just making them full range, and then you don't have to worry about them coming down. I don't think that you get to the volumes where they do come down, especially as they're rear channels, because at that point the 50s are hauling ass.
Mm-hmm.
like seriously hauling ass.
It's nice.
So
Don't forget, I live in a concrete box, right? So I can get away with a lot more than you.
I live in a concrete box, well, sandwich rather.
Yeah.
I don't
The
have the
problem
sides.
is you have concrete and concrete. I have concrete, everywhere concrete.
So
The only thing I can't do is actually physically like knock on the walls because people hear that. But sound
there
and
you
stuff
go.
is fine.
See, but you're also missing the fact here that I just don't give a fuck. I just
Sure.
crank the shit out of it up. I don't care. I don't do it every day, of course, but if I'm watching a movie, I'm watching a goddamn movie.
I mean, Brandon asked on Twitch, not getting wands. I still very much love wands. Don't get me wrong at all. But it's pretty much set that eventually we'll be moving to North America. And wands don't have universal power supplies.
Can have mine afterwards.
Sure, but as soon as I live in America, I'll have an actual house. I won't be living in an apartment. And also, houses are quite a lot cheaper in North America than they are here.
Oh yeah.
So by that time, maybe I have to upgrade to 90s or something.
Fuck.
I mean, maybe it's my birthday again by that time.
When are you guys planning on moving, you think? A few years from now?
Not entirely sure yet. But in that range, yeah.
So yeah, everybody in the chat start making offers to Mikey's furniture and start buying shit off him.
Well, you can also give me an offer for the apartment.
There you go. Let's leave it fully equipped. Start from scratch.
Would we change stream time? Probably not. I mean, it's midday for you. It's fine.
No, I don't think we would change the stream time.
Plus, I'd be East Coast most likely anyway.
Mhm.
Or Central Time. Because it seems like the two best places to be are either Texas or Florida.
Yeah, so you'd be a few hours apart, whatever, if even. But no, I'd keep the stream time as it is, where it is, and where it has been for past 173 episodes at this point of time. Actually, no, because we did start at 11 at some point in the early podcasts.
Yeah.
Or my time, 11 o'clock, so 7 o'clock Europe. And then we changed it. I don't know which podcast it was. I was rewatching the Surströmming podcast yesterday. For the, I don't know why Nick texted me. I started talking about it, so I just sent him the link. Yeah, that was an interesting meal. Funny thing, I was watching it, my buddy Nathan was having a cigar with. He's like, well, you know what? Next time you do it, you should eat the whole can. I'm like, there's no fucking way I could eat a whole can of Surströmming. There's no way. I'd throw up then for sure. That's just nasty.
Yeah, don't do that again.
No.
But I've been thinking a lot actually about because there's people have asked me a lot of weird questions over the last few months behind the scenes and on Instagram and that sort of thing of like, I can afford X, what should I do and what's best? And there's so many factors that go into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the shortest answer is what's the best, let's say 7.1 surround system you can get from B&O is a Harmony and 690s. But nobody in their right mind will do that.
No.
I mean, to me...
No, but that's like what it was with the 4103 and 3 pairs of lap 5s, right? In the picture in the concrete room. That was the ultimate system.
Partially, it works better with 5s because the 5s aren't so enormous. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good choice to do, but
I think they would do it more or less with the 50s now because they showcase the 50s and push 50s further and more than they ever did with the 90s. 90s had their prime and time, but now they're just we just have these best speakers in the world, but we're not going to talk about those anymore. There's no point.
Yeah, what's the point in selling them?
So I just I don't understand why they don't show these speakers a little more.
Same for 50s, really. But
Mm.
I think if I were to have a dream system, it's expensive, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot simpler than this 9 point whatever I have right now. It's 90s up front, 50s in the rear, and 17 up top. That's it. So it's 5.x.2 technically. That's how I would set it up. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, in my dream system scenario, the living room is also something like 500 square feet. Like easy.
Yeah, but that's
if
easily
not,
achievable in states.
yeah. But the more you house hunt, the more you notice how often the fireplace is in the middle of the fucking room.
It's infuriating, dude.
Yes.
It's infuriating because it just everything in this house works other than this goddamn thing in the middle of here. Because it's right in the dead center, and they always put it in a dead fucking center. And it's even a pain in the ass to just take it out.
Yeah.
So.
But that is, to me anyway, that is one of those forever systems. Because with the Harmony, you can keep on updating basically forever, as long as there's an LG partnership.
I don't see them going away from LG, really. It makes
And
total sense to stick around.
I mean, when we're really serious about this, like, there's not really a lot they could do to, like, improve on 90s, other than make them slightly smaller. I mean, maybe the software in that it tunes itself a bit more of the frequency range, but, like, we're talking such marginal points at this time.
Yeah, I think they could only improve on the fact that they should tune it to a higher frequency. That's the only thing that they can really do. You can't make those speakers any smaller because you're fucking with the physics, and that's all this is all about, is physics inside. Hence, there is no shit in front of the speaker drivers. The cooling is considered in a way that it doesn't interfere with the speakers. So yeah, I don't think that there's much to improve on the 90s, other than doing the white rails or white skeleton for the white grills instead of the black ones like I have. But then again, mine were the first ones on the planet, I guess, in the white color. So beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
Yes. I mean, partially the thumbnail of today is like whatever this is with this setup in this room, because it's an excellent room, and I'm trying to find, but for some reason it's only on fucking Pinterest.
I hate Pinterest.
Yeah, me too. But this is basically, to me, a nearly perfect living room.
It's missing the rear channels. I don't see anything on the other side of the sofa.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's nearly perfect.
It's too big. It would echo as fuck in there.
Yeah, it's too high, especially.
Yeah, that's not my ideal room.
I mean, I don't mind high ceilings, but this is like...
That's too much, dude.
I mean, this is one of those houses where you need specialists to come in to get all the cobwebs out of the crevices in the top.
Well, those are probably, they look like the bocce lights.
Yeah.
Which aren't cheap. Yeah, no, that's too much for me. I'd like it more simple than that. I don't care for the pompous ass chandeliers and all that nonsense. I don't care for that. I'd rather spend that money on more speakers in the room.
I mean, I could also go with a massive shape as rear speakers, but like again here, concrete walls. And I don't think people fully realize when, especially these side walls are old-fashioned concrete, and
you'd have to put it on a piece of wood and then like French cleats basically just to hang it on the wall.
Yes, But that amount of plywood is now massively valuable.
Well, it's expensive, first of all, and second of all, you got this thing now sitting now about what, 4 or 5 centimeters off the wall. It looks
Yeah.
stupid. That would look stupid.
Plus, also, these walls are so tough to drill into. Like, if anybody, even 6 floors up or 5 floors down, drills into these walls, you'll hear it because they're that hard.
Well, it's an old building, and the concrete does harden over time.
Yeah. And the rebar in it, if you hit a piece of rebar, you're done for because the rebar is like over half an inch.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like they had infinite money or something because nobody would build anything like this anymore.
Yeah, or the standards changed, or I don't know. But everybody builds to code, which is the minimum, right?
Yeah. Get a bigger tool. I so the drill I use because I have a normal hammer drill, right?
Yeah.
And that gets into this wall with a diamond drill bit about a quarter of an inch, and then you're just going and you're not getting any further.
Fuck.
So I had to buy this drill. Partially, it's 2.5 kilowatt drill. This thing is about 8 kilos or so. Like, it's not a drill you can even like aim with one hand. It's
It's like
literally
a fucking
like
submachine gun, for God's sake.
yeah. You can change its modes, and then it becomes a jackhammer.
Damn.
Like, it's insane. This thing is so heavy, and it has this like special locking system for drill bits to attach, so like it doesn't actually like spin the drill bits around.
Oh my God.
So it's one of these things where like it's and a blessing because music loud, no problem. Your neighbors aren't bothered.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also such a pain in the ass to hang anything.
Yeah, if you got walls, this stuff, yeah. Matthew's asking if we
yeah.
care to discuss.
Discuss it because I'd like to hear your impressions about 28s being way too bass heavy even after calibration. I don't think that's true. Listen to last week's podcast with Henrik, and he'll go over it a bit because he did a video in Danish, and then usually what happens, he comes on with us to explain.
Make him translate.
Yes. And it may be a software change slightly with the tuning. There is a bump in the bass, but it's not too heavy. Next week from the forum, BeoJosh should be on. He also has 50s and 28s, and I think he had the same impression initially with the 28s, decided to give it a go, and now says they're actually quite lovely. So yes, 28s color your music a bit more, but it's how would you say? It has a slight bump, but it's more like loudness, more like a loudness bump than like a spike, so to say.
Mm.
Because Henrik showed the frequency curve. When was it? A few weeks ago now, when he measured it, and they're fairly flat. They're not as flat as 50s or 90s, obviously, but compared to 50s, they're a third of the cost.
Yeah.
So kind of what you expect. They're really, really impressive for how small they are.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. When I heard them in the shop, I was surprised. On the bass, I didn't find them bass heavy, but I definitely was surprised how well they perform.
I mean, I would compare it more to like 18s plus 219s, quite honestly. It's a bit up to a point because when you're, let's say, at over 85, closer to 90 dB, it starts to obviously go down. But that 6.5-inch woofer in the foot is a real thumper, and it's really capable.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I think I would still go for 28s over the 20s, even though yes, they are more expensive, but you're buying way more tech than.
You need to make a coffee.
Oh fuck! I fucking watched something yesterday. I passed out on the chair. Woke up at 4 a.m. on the Eames chair. It's like, fuck's sakes. TV still going. Actually, no, it wasn't. It wasn't going because everything shuts off at 2:30 in the morning.
Mm.
And yeah, then the air conditioning kicked in. I got cold and I woke up. I'm like, oh my god, it's 4 o'clock. I better go to the real bed. So yeah, it was a little bit on the rough side. Yeah, but
Well, as long as you're having fun.
yeah. Well, we'll see how much fun I'm gonna have. I pre-wired my mom's house this week.
Did you sort it with that NL-ML thing?
Yes, I pissed on it. I'm gonna get. I actually bought them already on Amazon or eBay, one or the other. Basically, just the equivalent of what B&O has as PowerLink splitters, right? It's a shielded RJ45 Y connector.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use the female ends and put them in the rack, all the wires that are going. There's only 6 zones. And then tie it all together with the RJ45s, and then just go from Ys to Ys, right, all the way to 1.
Mm.
And put that plug that into the gateway. So yeah, I got 2 of the Masterlink gateways. I figured, fuck it, I'll give her one just for simple commands, so when she presses goodbye on the keypad when she's leaving the house, then the whole fucking thing shuts down.
Yeah, it's good enough, right?
Yeah.
That is the most useful thing, I think, with home automation anyway, that you can leave all the rooms as is and just go by.
And everything shuts off, and you know it does. The
Yeah.
funny part is to trust it, because it does take a little bit of a psychology to trust that, but you want
So
to
far,
get
the
over
B&O app has that function for all your B&O stuff, and it works every
That's
time.
right. Well, no, I'm not talking about that, but I'm
No,
talking like
but I mean in the same way that the keypad does.
Yes.
Because I quite often, especially at night, my cats become very active.
Mm-hmm.
And when I want to go to bed, I have to lure them with treats. Because if I leave them out here, they're just going to be running and destroying shit. I mean, and it's not so bad if you're awake, right? But as soon as you're asleep, especially Winston, he's got a huge appetite for bread. So if we have some bread on the counter, he'll literally bury through the plastic and get into the bread.
Oh my god.
We cannot leave them here. So I have to lure them with cat treats and whatnot and close the door in the hallway behind me. But half the time I forget to turn this sort of stuff off, and then it's oh, phone off. Because the remote obviously stays here, and it works a treat. It's actually really handy, everything.
You can
off.
also shut it down by holding standby on the stage for 2 seconds in your bedroom.
Wait, that shuts everything off as well?
Yeah, all standby, 2 seconds.
I feel they should put that in a manual somewhere.
Motherfucker, that's been in B&O since the B&O became those 2 letters.
If they don't tell anybody.
It's the same if you hold power on the link eye or join on the link eye nowadays, right? It just shuts everything down after 2 seconds. Even BeoSound 1, if you hold it on the top of it right now, it'll shut the TV off. And it'll fuck up Megan too if she's watching something in the bedroom. Because it's just all standby.
Oh, I learned something new.
There
I
you
can
go.
annoy her.
Just sit there.
I mean, I have done it before where she was watching something and I was in the storage downstairs and just go volume up.
Oh, nice. Just
She starts screaming oh my god.
the TV's gone crazy. Oh God, I have few clients that fuck with one another like that. Especially the guy gets the brunt of it because he's really not techie. So she sits in the bedroom when she wants to sleep and just night mode, night listening, just shaves the balls out of the stage completely. Oh God, what is that? That's not a B&O TV.
No, that's, I don't know, Samsung or other.
Very semi-awful job on cable management there.
Yeah, is what it is.
That's literally what it is. Yeah.
It's TV has plastic surrounds by the looks of it.
Hmm. Oh, the TV is definitely bullshit polycarbonate, some sort of a Zenith or some some Costco deal, 85-inch 720p.
Well, this looks like Hong Kong or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Never been there, and I probably never ever will. Especially when they got that Samyang Ho or whatever her name is from fucking what's that stupid company? Huawei, locked up. Chinese have a extra hate for Canadians now.
Well, everybody hates Canadians, but we
Fuck.
all have our own reasons.
Nice.
But this sort of setup is based, well, except for the 20s. But like if the rear was 50s, with something up top for the true image to do its magic.
Mhm.
Because yes, 50s will cover the rear up to like there, and 90s will come from the front up to about there. But that still leaves the
Top open, yeah.
I mean, that 3D sound, if anybody has any spare speakers that they can put up top, just try it. Like, I swear, just try. It's so immersive. I mean,
He spelled his own BeoLab wrong. Baylab.
yeah. Oh, well.
At least he tagged them right. But didn't put any spaces between the tags or hashtags, so that's not even gonna work.
I have no idea.
Some people. Yeah, it's a good setup, but I just despise the 20s.
I don't despise the 20s, but
I just
they're not my favorite. And compared to 28s, it's kind of what the 50s did to the 5s. The 5s were basically the number 2 and the number 1 for the longest time of just about any brand. Then the 90s came and it was like, well, at least they're the second best speakers. And then the 50s came and it was like, well, that went downhill quick.
yeah, now they're discontinued.
But
they were around for a long time, dude. Like a long time. 12 years in production. That's a long time for any species of electronics, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because what else, if you think about, was around from 2003, you know, or it still is around from 2003, quite honestly, as electronics are concerned. Very, very little.
I mean, here's some 28s, and they just, I mean, it's a stupid render by the looks of things, but 28s are sexy to me. Don't get me wrong, I like my 18s still, but I'm not getting rid of those. I would get rid of my 3s.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm all world proof, as in everything is universal power supplies.
That's right.
And like the whole thing of having to worry about, because I still love wands, and I still would like to own wands again. But if we're going to move to North America in like a year or two, do I really want to buy them now?
For what?
I mean, I'll buy yours by the time I'm there.
There you go.
Because as soon as we're there, it'll be forever, basically.
Yeah, moving these would be an interesting feat.
Well, by
Anyway,
that
fuck
time,
it.
hopefully we can just drive. I would just drive
But
over.
these don't fit in the A3, dude.
No,
Like these,
I'd buy a truck.
I buy a truck.
I'm practicing, Brendan and Don. I'd buy a truck.
have to have a box on it too.
With a flatbed.
Flatbed in the box. The topper. What is it? The topper? I guess they call it.
Something like that.
So yeah.
I mean, I'm getting the twang down.
Roll them in the moving blanket and fucking give her.
You know, I have to buy the cowboy hat, obviously.
Oh, dude, that's no problem. No, we'll equip you with that. You can buy one right on the airport, probably in Texas.
Yeah, but I need one of those steam-fitted ones that like actually fits properly, not one of those that gives you like one of those red surrounds on your face.
Get fucking Lamley spelled backwards on the inside of your forehead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, again, this is stupid B&O in their renders, but this with height speakers would, to me, basically be the ultimate cinematic B&O setup.
Do you think it's rendered? Because I was
Yeah.
looking at like it's got plugs.
Yeah, they rendered this.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good job though, because it looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's not bad. They're getting better at it for sure.
That's a good setup though. Holy cow!
I mean, I personally would put the 50s further back. I don't understand even in the render why the 50s are this close to your listening position.
Because you didn't have a wide angle lens and the picture square for Instagram.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
That's what I
mean,
think.
if nothing else, like if you're somebody like Sandeep, right? Why do you have this plug here? Because there is a hole in the bottom of these speakers for the wire to go through.
Because then we would bitch that there's no fucking cables in them again.
Yeah, but in real life, you would put these over this bloody cable hole.
Oh,
and
for
just have
sure
the cable
you would.
coming up through the bottom.
But they want to
so
show the
much
sexy
cleaner.
of it. They want to show the sexy of it.
I mean, why do you want literally here this little tripping hazard?
Something to stub your toes on.
Yeah. Brendan is reminding me that if I live in Texas, apparently I have to buy truck nuts. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Get truck nuts. Those are illegal in Calgary or Alberta
Why?
altogether.
Because it's offensive?
Oh yeah, dude. Like fucking people had like they looked like real balls, man. Like they would like they some with hair on it and shit. Like they had pink, some of the like brass balls. And yeah, it got ousted. It got ousted hard. The fucking what an idea though. Have fucking truck nuts. It's just like who fucking see there you go. Like it's literally a sack, man.
Like
Like,
why the
why?
fuck would you do this?
Why would you do that? Look at the second picture from the left.
Yeah, I
Look how
don't
big
want to
those
click on
balls
that. I don't want to click on any of this.
That like scrapes the fucking curb stop when he's backing it in.
That's what she said.
Oh, look at those ones below, even worse. Jesus Lord, it covers the entire differential. Some big balls. So yeah, there you go. You can do some truck nuts on when you get here.
I'm not doing this.
Coax you into it. You fucking made Henrik. You betted him to some bullshit. We're gonna bet you into getting the truck nuts on your car or on the truck.
Yeah, I'll write his name on top of
Oh God. Yeah. I don't understand, but at least I not at least to me it's a proof that you can make money off of anything in this country.
Oh
or
yeah.
on this continent. Like truck nuts. Like who fucking even come up with that? That you know what I mean? And make a business out of it. Patent it, probably. They must have patented it.
Probably.
There's a
Somebody
patent
made
for-
bank on it.
There's a patent for truck nuts. Yeah, it's a genius because that's right. It's the same guy that like the dude that invented those stupid pet rocks. fucking made millions off this shit, selling river rocks to people with paint in it.
Yeah, we never had that in Europe. I don't think we were this gullible here.
And then they had the moss man, right? And you had just the chia pet. It's ridiculous.
This Instagram thing is real, and this.
It's an 88.
Yeah. Do you like that rotating stand? Because I'm on the fence about it a bit.
I like it.
I like that it's there, but the circle of it almost is a bit strange.
I don't think so, because if it was square, you could see how it's moving, and now you just have this thing that appears static and just floats in rotation. It's just like all the other BeoVision used to be. What I would do, I would get that freaking STB brackets block and close that gap and shit.
Yeah.
That's such an afterthought that they didn't, like, I don't know why they didn't consider that to be area and open.
Well, at least with the rotating stand, like with the Harmony, you have that thing sticking up, so your cable management is basically perfect down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way you're bending that piece of metal.
No.
I mean, and I guess if you wanted to, you can ask SVB to make you one of these aluminium cylinders where the wires can go in instead of.
I guess, yeah.
And then it matches, and then, like, who cares?
Yeah, that 88 is an insane television. Insane television. Wait for it to go down in price a little.
It makes the 90s look small.
Which is very rare to do.
Yeah.
It's that and the 4103 that definitely does it. Because they look like little speakers with that huge ass panel. But yeah, I like it. That's a what, 77? No, 88. That is an 88.
That's 88. I like the Harmony a lot, but the 88 is just too much money for what a TV or even a BeoVision is.
The what, sorry?
The 88 is just too much money for what even a TV or a BeoVision is.
Mm-hmm.
It's because the panel is like 30 grand. Like, and even like that, and that's an LG thing. So the B&O parts are comparatively cheap at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, the 77-inch Harmony is less than half the money.
Jesus Lord.
And that's like asking price. That's not like discounts or anything.
Get a Berluti one.
Yeah, no.
Do they make the 88 in that stupid leather or no?
No.
Just the 77?
I think so, yeah.
I wonder how many they sold. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's too much money for it right now. Like, for an 88-inch panel. Way too much money.
LG is coming with an 83-inch panel.
Yeah, but will they make the adjustment on the panels?
I hope so. I'm going to try and ask them and figure out if they're considering that. Maybe it's an LG thing where the sort of licensing and how they do it won't allow it. Who knows? But I would like to, because the 83-inch C1 panel is like, I think MSRP 8 grand. The 88-inch, which is 5 inches more, is MSRP like 30 grand.
Is it a better panel, or what the fuck is the like so much money increase?
The 88-inch is 8K, external power supply, and you get a weird sort of square stand thing that you place it on that is like see-through. But
cool.
Who the fuck cares about 8K at the moment?
There is no content for it even.
No. Well, there's some YouTube, but like, ugh, that's barely 8K. Have a good one, Callum. Thank you.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I like to me 8K isn't useless or not useless. It's just nonsensical at this point. Because if you look at any of your cable TV consumption is gonna be, if at the best on some paid channels 4K. It's all 1080p, maybe 1080i in some instances, right? So what are you doing with buying an 8K TV? There's not even YouTube content for it. There's no Netflix movies in there. Like if you buy a 4K television, you're more than set for at least, I would say, another 5 to 7 years, technology wise.
I'm not sure how it lines up, but I'm pretty sure the 8K panel also it must use a lot more power
Oh fuck yeah.
because there's 4 times as many pixels to light up. Like it, unless there's some weird EU regulation of maximum appliance power use, but then you get weird slopes in maximum brightness.
Yeah, but isn't that
Mainly
only a limitation for in standby that the rule is?
no,
No, you also
no,
have it when it's on.
yeah, and because these panels could use, I think, up to 300 watts if they wanted to, but then you lose your A plus rating, which most of your stuff needs to be, because otherwise people, I don't know, it's top-down government again, where
They should just fucking do what Volkswagen did and just cheat a little and whatever.
I would love that, yeah. Like if LG had a sub-menu of like, turn the brakes off. Fine.
Here we go.
Great.
And get a chip for your TV. But yeah, like it's because I'm looking at it and with the argument against it would be like your fucking coffee maker has to be at least 1800 watts eating when it's doing the coffee deal.
Something like that, yeah.
So how is that not illegal then?
I think it's a short burst.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah, but you can say the same for the TV. Like you're not watching the panel at the 100% brightness, full fuck on, white, for 4 hours straight.
sure,
Right?
but if you are watching your TV 4 hours a day and you leave it on default mode, which tends to be very vivid in most brands, that's going to suck out the energy like crazy.
I guess, but I don't know. I'm not too concerned over power consumption. I noticed that.
Nor am I. But the legislators are for some reason.
You won't have that issue here.
Yeah. Michael Fearland says, yes, but Netflix only have 5.1 still over here. Height would be with a player. If you have Netflix 4K, then you can get Dolby Atmos. Regardless, the way the true image works is that if you put in a 5.1 source, the true image is a smart way of upmixing. Where a lot of AVRs, basically like a Denon or Marantz or whatever, if you put 5.1 in and you have 7 speakers connected, 2 speakers are quiet, so to say, because there's nothing going there. The true image basically makes a smart guess of if these were on, what sort of signal would go to that speaker. So your speakers aren't quiet, they're always playing along.
Even in 2 channels, like my 18s are playing certain sounds that go into them to make it more enveloping. Yeah, true image is it's a crazy machine invention.
So the true image is fucking amazing. I very much like Dolby Atmos, but for B&O related stuff and B&O speakers, True Atmos, I still think is on par, especially in the newer chassis.
The true image?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I would say so.
You obviously use the sort of 3D space, but when you have 5.1 source and it rains in your movie, film, or TV or whatever, it sounds here like it's raining, for crying out loud. And it doesn't sound like on this plane like it's raining. It sounds like it's raining from the bloody top speakers.
Feels wet and shit. Yeah.
I mean, I kid you not. It's one of the best things and the most undermarketed thing about the BeoVision is
It
that
is.
it's basically the receiver is built in, and it does all this magic that a lot of other brands can't even cope with.
And if they do it, they do a poor job of it. And or you have a whole bunch of different remote controls to control everything because it's not in the TV. And
Yeah.
overall platform and package is awesome. Yeah. It's funny. I had one of my clients that lived in a building here, Arriva, on the 26th floor, huge, beautiful apartment,
Mm-hmm.
fully done with B&O, but it's Masterlink because he basically got it done in 2008 or 9 or 2007 it was, yeah, whenever the building was finished. He was one of the first tenants, anyways. So he now got married over the COVID times, and they bought a house because now they have a little dog and shit. And he bought a house with like antiquated Control 4, like it's a
Mm-hmm.
old processors, like dude, fucking 10 years. And we were talking yesterday. It's like, Willie, I'm going fucking insane in here. I have 5 remotes for my upstairs TV. I have 3 remotes for my kitchen TV. And then the theater is a completely different, its own thing. And like nice theater, like they've done a very good job, and like wiring outstanding. I would hate to redo that job. I would absolutely hate. Be hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
But man,
This is bloody great.
you have no idea till you move out of it and move into the element where it's no longer an option to control with like your B&O platform, and it's a tragedy, for God's sakes.
I mean, you can switch from Bluetooth to IR. Like we've shown before, you can attach it to your phone, to your iPad.
You can control your music with it.
Yeah, you can do your BSM 9000. You can do your Harmony, which is Bluetooth. If you have a Link Eye, you can do your 50s and or 90s. You can attach it to your 28s. You can attach it to a stage, all at the same time.
You know what I don't understand why they didn't do what B&O should have done, in my opinion. Since there is a USB port on the back of the 50s and the 90s, they also have a specific service tool or little Bluetooth USB receiver that you use to program firmware into the B remote once. So obviously we know it pairs together flawlessly.
Mm-hmm.
So why not have that in, let's say, a new software update rollout? If I don't know, like I guess it makes no sense to them because nobody would really use it like that, I guess. But why not have a Bluetooth dongle that you just are able to stick into the back of the 90s and 50s and pair the fucking remote into it, and now you have control over your BeoLab speaker, volume, music, or the tuning presets and sources.
Maybe they're banking on you buying a core and attaching your Be Remote one to the core.
Yeah, because you can do that with the link. I understand it, but I just like, I think that they should have had the that ability right off the gate.
Yeah, this is something we talked about Monday a bit with Sandeep on Twitch. If anybody didn't see that and is interested, links are down below in description as per always.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird that we have so many input ports and not a lot of ways to control sound. It's I don't know. It's strange.
My thing is that why would you only rely on the fact of an app?
Yeah, I don't get that.
Because I don't like using my phone for that purpose. But I have to because there is no other way.
Brendan asks on Twitch, Willie, could they do that with the software upgrade? Probably, but I doubt they will. Also, adding the link out with 50s, 90s, what is the use case for that?
Well, if you're not using the 90s or 50s with the TV, where you can't change your tuning presets, then and you have like myself or Sandeep that has an extra equipment plugged into different sources of the speaker, because obviously if you have speaker of that cost, you are going to plug in different things. Yeah, and Mikey's got his turntable into it, so why not have it? So with the Link-I, basically your CD, when you click CD on the IR command, it turns on the SPDIF output naturally. I think AMAM is the digital. Don't AUX is I think RCA lines. I don't remember all the inputs layout, but that's basically how that works. So then if I want to listen to the 90s and I turn on the 9000, the 90s automatically kick in unless the TV is going.
Yeah. So my reason for getting a Beogram and a Beomaster is literally because the Beomaster has RCA out that's volume controlled.
Yeah.
And since it's volume controlled, I don't necessarily need the Link-I because the tuning you can set, as in like RCA, when it comes on, set it to this preset, which is fine because you don't change that often. At least I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And then the volume up and down is through the old clunker down there, or the little weird remote, which is...
What do you got, the 1000?
This chonker.
Oh, Jesus.
Because it's a Beomaster 5000.
Beomaster 5000 actually works with this remote?
Yeah.
Well, I learned something
This
new
is
today.
the Terminal 5000.
Shit, Taki Mushrooms, I gotta look into mine, because I have a couple of those.
And it has one of these massive ass batteries.
Is it a 9 volt?
Yeah, and it's still actually like made in Denmark. Like even the plastic is made in Denmark.
Yeah, you can't see it, it's out of focus.
Yeah.
There we go, a little bit better. But yeah, that's the good old timey remotes. Yeah, I didn't know that this worked actually, but duh, it's got an IR on it.
So I can then do the whole phono and tape and AUX, that sort of thing, and and you turn it off, and that it actually it works okay, other than it's fucking chunky, but it's sort of retro, which vinyl is anyway. So I don't mind it, but I mean, come on, for something that's made in, I think this one is from 84, 85.
Yeah, around there. Oh, my battery's down.
It's actually in decent shape. Like
do I have a battery? Yes, I do. How the fuck is my battery dying? That's so weird. There we go.
I mean, a remote from
40 years ago, for God's sakes. Like,
yeah, it still works. I mean, I wish, and I'll probably at some point get like a Beomaster 5500 or something, because then again it works with the Beo Remote 1 in IR. Because from 5500, 6500, and Beomaster 7000, they all work on the newer IR protocol that this can do.
yeah, but but those remotes, they were the master control panel, which were always two-way, right?
Thank you, Don.
Thanks, Don. But yeah, they had.
Thank you, Don.
But they had a different IR protocol also, just like the BeoLink 5000 remote, BeoLink 7000 remote. Those were all a little different. Like they wouldn't work on any other product but the product that they were designed for at that time. Where the Beo4 and BeoLink 1000, they worked on everything.
Yeah.
Except the new Link-I when you pair it with the shape. Because it cuts off all the old protocol, which I don't understand why that is.
But still, as per what you say, it is kind of... I don't mind because I really like B&O and I really like Beograms of this era.
Mm-hmm.
But it is kind of silly that I need the BeoMaster to control volumes on the 50s, because that's an easier way than going through the 50s themselves.
Right?
Yes.
So do you have to turn up the 50s to a certain level so then you can modulate the volume? Is that how you're doing it?
I forget what I set them to. I think I have them set to like 80 or something.
By default, and then you just bring it
Yeah.
up.
I think I have them set to like 80, and this one starts off at 28.
Mhm.
But this one counts different. This one goes to 72, I think.
72, yeah.
So it's super weird. Like, and my BeoSound 9000 goes to 100?
72. No, 72.
Are we sure? I have to
Yeah.
look again, because but it's weird. There's like the 0 to 100 scale is different over the decades.
It is. No, it was 72. Even the BeoSound 1 was 72.
Because the
And
TV
then-
is 0 to 90 again.
That's right.
And so are the 50.
But the old BeoVision, BeoSystem 3s, yeah, they were also go to 90. Yeah, everything went to 90s. So there we go. We're getting trolled again.
Yeah.
I like how he makes all these different accounts. It's a lot of effort for being timed out right away. But too bad, so sad.
Oh, hi, Sandeep.
Yeah, you're watching too, I guess, eh?
You sneaky sneak.
That's right.
But
So-
yeah, I mean, to me it makes no difference because I like videograms. But if you want something else like a planar or one of the other turntables that are a bit more modern and have the acrylic bases and that sort of thing,
Yeah,
it's kind of stupid that either you have to get a silly volume regulated preamp, which I don't think they make quite a lot of, because nobody expects you to use, well, first of all, active speakers, and secondly, to go from a preamp directly into speakers. So usually they expect you to go into an amp of some kind that is volume regulated on that end. So it's a bit of a thing. Like I like the newer
with the 28s approach,
yeah.
makes
That's
total sense.
also that you can just walk up to the speaker and go.
Max says the BeoMaster goes to 78. For God's sakes.
The 7000 system. Yeah, I thought as much. It's weird. Like I don't know why they didn't stick to this. The normal.
Well, they didn't have the 90 out of the gate. It was 72. It was always like 72. I guess the 78.
But the 72 was in increments of 2. Now we
That's
go
right.
to 90 in increments of 1.
Yes.
It's,
Yeah, because they like the even numbers.
yeah, I do too. That's what I loved about my BP10. Like it was always 2, 4, 6, 8.
Which is so weird. It's so weird why they do that. I don't understand. But
I
yeah,
love that, and especially the volume up on the BV10 was like such a tiny thing.
mhm. Yeah, it was on the top that came up. Very discreet.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't know that that was what it meant. I've had quite often where I had friends over, right, and the one thing I remember vividly, like there were like 6 friends of mine over, and I think I'm pretty sure we were watching Pulp Fiction, and this was with the BV10 1s, 2, and I think it was 18s. No, it was 8000s in the rear at the time. And there's that weird scene where they stand there and they get shot at, and everything misses, right? And he has that whole speech, and then there's a quiet part where you see the gun like coming up and bang. So right in there, I went like
Give her.
from like 40 to like close to 70 somewhere, and then everybody was like, "Whoa, what the fuck was that?"
Because they didn't notice the volume.
No. They're like, why? I didn't understand what that meant. Those numbers up there.
Means how much boom comes out of the speakers.
Yeah. But most people are aware of like one of these massive slidey bars on the side.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of, to me, the only downside of the LG.
That's what I don't like either. They should have kept and like I said, and we've talked about this a number of times, I don't think that writing a skin over top of to overlay the interface would be that hard. I really don't think so. Not for the TV that's capable. Because it's basically, it's few picture files in an operating system. If you think about it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, it's not something that it's rendering in real time, a fucking slider and all that. Yes, it does do it, but like all those shapes and stuff, it's just come off of memory. Like, it's not something too special.
Man, I'd be even okay with if the, what you call it, because when you volume up, you have and the number and the bar. Like, if they took the bar away, that'd be way better.
Or don't put the number in there and just leave the bar.
Yeah, either or, fine. But get rid of one.
But then you're chafing some OCD's balls that like, I need a numerical fucking reference. I don't know how loud this is
I don't know
anymore.
if I'm 44 or 45.
God.
But if I'm 41, it either needs to go to 40 or 42.
That's right.
I can't tell.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
I mean,
that's insane. But that's
one thing they also changed, which is I think I've mentioned this before. It's a very small gripe, but it's a really annoying one. You know how the LG TVs does the fireworks when you're paused or not?
Yep.
Now it says, "Don't forget your TV is still on" underneath the fireworks in white text.
Not just to sear it in.
It just, fireworks, don't forget your TV is on, and then it dims all. And then fireworks over here, don't forget your TV is still on.
And I think that's the downfall of the OLED panels, because if they are not displaying any picture, but they're not off, you can't fucking tell.
No.
You just can't tell.
No, there's no way to tell.
I think that they should deal with it a little more discreetly. I understand this is in a software that comes directly from the mothership in LG, but like for the harmonies, I think what they should do is do exactly the same as it is on the Avant. When there is no HDMI signal detected and the TV's on, you have the green status light showing you that the panel is on, and they should have that on the Harmony as well, where that little sliver, the status light, should be green if it's in the fireworks mode.
But the status light on the LG is orange.
Where?
In the middle of below the screen. You can turn it off in the settings. But
no, I'm talking about the status light that comes up with the fucking speaker, that sliver, the white.
Oh, that sliver. That's either white or nothing.
So if you have no signal going into it, turn it white, so then you know that the TV's on.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it does manage to flash orange and or blue when it's updating.
Oh, okay, so there is RGB LEDs inside there,
Yeah.
So it could do. But you could also just, I don't know. Well,
But I don't think I've ever seen green before. Would be nice. Don't get me wrong. I like the old-fashioned like green little dot on the old BeoLabs, saying that they turn red, that they're off.
Yeah.
Because just like what we talked about last Monday, it's very easy to tell which speaker is on, off, or has an issue. And like I said last Monday, I had the same weird issue that everybody else seems to have had, where the slave speaker was just quiet for a bit. And you had to, had to reset it, and then it was fine again. But if it was that quiet, that little blinking light would have been nice to know that something was going on. But since there's I'm on LED and then it dims, but it's so dim I can't fucking see it.
My speakers blink on the back of the 90s. They always blink green for some reason, even when they're off.
I'm not sure if mine do that, but that is inside the cover, and the cover
That's
is
right. You can't see it.
no, I can't even see it against the wall unless I literally take the cover off.
Yeah, I don't. Well, with the 90s, like at least with yours, you can see the thing because the lenses are up. With the 90s, I guess the logo's lit up when they're turned on.
Yeah.
But yeah. Good
Anyway,
times.
I'm gonna call it because I have birthday stuff to do. We're on Twitch tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Alrighty.
Same as usual.
We actually may do one on YouTube because I was talking to John, and John was doing parenting duties today, and he said, "But I have Monday," so it's like
Sweet. Yeah, if he's on, fuck.
then we can all annoy John tomorrow.
Right on.
But I'll update that in due course, obviously, and hope that that'll be fun. Yeah, so thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Don, the dear leader. If you're watching this, I keep on bowing. I'll make you a Kim Jong-un.
Make a Kim Jong-un icon. Right on.
I hope everybody has a good evening, good weekend, and if you're with us here tomorrow, then see you tomorrow, and if not, I'm gonna roll the outro. And thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and all that jazz, and links to all our stuff is down below.
Okay, quit Brexiting. Bye.
Bye.